Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. This is Mike Brenner, and this is the MLB Odds Couple show for Friday, April 8th. Mike Brenner. So let's put the overall record tracker up on the screen.
Okay.
Mike Brenner, so far, both of us up on the year.
Yeah.
Half a unit.
Yep, that's
not
right.
Not too bad.
Hey.
Not too shabby. Yesterday, you did. It's the old issue that baseball handicappers have to decide: run line or money line.
I know
You
it.
went with the run line.
I did.
On the Angels.
Thought I had every reason.
Yeah.
And the two guys I said would step up, which was Pujols and Trout, each had 2 hits. So they, but just couldn't get that extra one. But that's okay. I'm still feeling it out.
It was a decent pick. You went for the big bucks.
I did. I went for it. Sometimes you got to take that risk, Pistol Pete.
That's it. Everyone has that. You know what I do in those situations? What you can do?
What's that?
I take the run line on the -1 line, which you do.
Okay.
You basically bet to win.
Yeah.
On the favorite.
Worst come to worst.
And you bet to risk, and then if you would have gotten a push on that one.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
So it would have been about plus 130.
It's okay though. We're moving the right direction.
All right,
2 and 1 on the day, and you had a very good day.
We got a whole bunch of games on for the Friday card. There's a bunch of bets that I made on the overnights. How many picks do you have for us today?
I'm going to have 3 picks.
3 picks. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you. Let's see. What do I want to?
And that may change as the show goes on. We'll see.
Right.
I got one that's
absolutely. Yeah. All right. Well, there's 2 unders that I bet, and one of them was you remember there was that Atlanta under where there was Strasburg and Norris.
Yes.
And
yes.
I didn't pull the trigger on it, but it wound up cashing.
Yep.
I bet the under again tonight. St. Louis and Atlanta. Garcia and Whistler.
Then do something different, Pistol Pete. Pull the trigger
I'll
on
pull
it.
the trigger on that one.
Good.
I bet it. Whistler is a youngster. Where are my notes here? Garcia.
Yeah.
Was outstanding. He had the nerve surgery and everything, and he's got a blister. He had a strong. He had a weak.
Saw that.
Yeah, he kind of an iffy spring, but his strongest start was in his last start in the spring, and just adding it all up. Factoring, of course, the Braves lineup, which is weak as hell.
Absolutely, there's just not a whole lot of bats that are taken off in that lineup.
That's like when you go to a bar and you buy like a vodka soda, and you're like, "Is there any vodka in this?"
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Stock
it's
brand that's barely even put in there. Yeah.
And they put a little more vodka in this motherfucker. Yeah. The Braves need to do that. I mean, we can't just do Freddie Freeman here. But
you know what? And I was talking to somebody in Atlanta. I used to live there for 5 years and got some connections there. And they said they were so focused on getting this new stadium that they were willing to just say hell with it as far as what they were going to spend on the roster. And obviously that's showing. So
the point is, Whistler has some promise. He's going to have a good game, but if he does, I think the under's a decent play. It's
what
7.
Is it set at?
It's 7, which is a low total. But the best line right now, market wide, is Pinnacle plus 109. I'll take that. I'll take St. Louis, Atlanta under 7 plus 109.
Pistol Pete pulling the trigger early. I like it with confidence.
Here's one of your picks, Mike Brenner.
Okay, I'm going to go with Houston today, Scott.
Oh, that was one of my overnight bets.
For real? You're not just trying to make me feel good about my play?
Oh no. If I say something that's not true, it's for the purpose of making you feel worse. I was never trying to make you feel
Pistol
better.
Pete.
So that was one of my bets.
Well, good. I like it. I got Scott Feldman on the mound against Chase Anderson for the Brewers, and I think a change of scenery is going to be good for Houston. New York kind of roughed them up. The Yankees did, and Ryan Braun struggles at home, believe it or not. But I just think Houston's going to open it up today. Money line, I got it. I don't know what you got on the overnight, but I grabbed it at -128. I think Heritage had it at 128.
Well, we're going to give you -127. What do you think about that?
You're the line shopper,
2
baby.
places have that. Pinnacle and Bet Online both have 127. Yes, Heritage has 128.
Going with the money line with Houston to get the win. I think that team starts realizing what they did last year was no fluke. Brewers have been rebuilding for several years now, so I'll
take that one too. I bet it on the overnight.
Yeah,
it was
why
a lead
not?
anyway.
Pull that trigger, Pistol Pete.
-127. The worst line market wide is 131, so it's a very tight line, and I'll be on that one -127. All right. Then I'll tell you about another one that I bet. I'm not quite sure if I want to give this one though. It's the under in Minnesota KC. Those are 2 lineups that are not terribly inspiring, and I believe they've all gone under they've all been under trending so far. I don't know what the exact numbers are. The starters are Santana and Ventura, you know, and both those guys, they're so frustrating because they can, each of those guys capable of going 8 shutout innings, also capable of getting lit up, and you're like, why didn't I see
Irving
that?
Santana last year in 3 different spots did exactly that, so it's kind of like you can't call it.
And we know Ventura is the same way as well.
Yeah. And what park's that in?
It's at KC, which is a pitcher-friendly park.
Yes, it is.
It's kind of a low total, 7.5. So, I bet it at 7.5. Do I want to give it here? I don't know, but that's a borderline pick for here. But that's something I bet. Give us another pick, Mike Brenner.
Okay, I'm going back to the Angels tonight.
Oh, boy.
On the money line.
Okay.
I love when you say shit like that. I love it. Because, well, we'll get into that in the NBA show. Anyway, I'm going back. A.J. Griffin's on the mound against Shoemaker for Texas.
Yeah.
And I just think last night the Angels getting that win just kind of sparks them up a bit, and especially with the two big guys having some production, Trout and Pujols, I think they bounce back with another W. But I do, you know what? I got a question for you, Pete, because you know how I love the manager coach stuff.
Yeah.
Why in the hell is Mike Scioscia still coaching the L.A. Angels? The team hasn't even been in the playoffs 5 out of 6 fucking years. Excuse my language. Has an unbelievable payroll, unbelievable talent, and he doesn't get it done. But yet he's still sitting there chewing them sunflower seeds in the sidelines in the dugout.
I think that in baseball the actual manager is not as vital to the team's overall success as it would be in like football or basketball or even hockey, because baseball is such an individualized sport. You know what I mean?
But then you got the Dodgers unloading on Don Mattingly, who took his team.
It's much more the fault of like the general manager, for instance, in baseball than it is.
I just think it's stale. There's something stale about that dugout. But anyway, I'm going for them tonight, so you better sharpen your pencil.
Okay. Well, the best line that I have here is -127.
Okay, I had it at 122 at Heritage, but obviously that's jumped up.
So that's -128.
I'm taking 127 on the money line.
-127 at all the at the Chris Books, Diamond, DSI, Bookmaker, and Just Bet. I don't know. My sense is that the Angels are an overvalued team in general, and I think we got a little bit lucky with the win last night, and makes me nervous. But okay, you're taking it.
Well, and the reason I'm taking it also is I think because this year a lot of the pressure's off that team, unlike when they had gotten Josh Hamilton and all that stuff.
Right.
So they're not expected to produce too much this year, but I like them. I think they're going to get the W.
Okay, then let's talk about the Cubs. We have to talk about them, whether we're going to pick them or not.
29 runs in 3 games.
I have not had the balls to take them in any of their games. Mike Brenner here, I think you took them in all 3, didn't you?
Yes, I have.
Have you taken them all 3?
All 3, yep.
I mean, those were not close wins.
No.
Those were not where you took a road favorite and they squeaked out the win. You're like, boy, I got lucky. Those were no doubt about it.
And it's not pitching getting it done either.
Right.
Here's a team down 3-0 last night, so confident in the 2nd or 3rd inning. And look at Joe Madden on the sideline, compared to Scioscia, it's amazing.
Right.
And I told you, this makes all the I don't agree with you on the manager thing, Pete. We're never going to, sometimes we're going to have our differences because Joe Madden is making a huge difference. This team loves playing
It's just
for him.
my sense that in baseball,
and I respect that. We all have that. But here's a team, 29 runs in 3 games. I'm laying off them today, though, because, I think it's a smart move. Bottom line, just step back. Will they win? They probably will crush another team, but I'm sitting back.
I mean, it's another big line. Yep, they got a kind of a crafty lefty. Crafty lefties can be trouble. Ricky Ray on the other side. And then the games in Arizona have been going explosively over Cubs games. Total is 9. Is that a no-brainer? Obviously, good play.
Tricky
though. Tricky.
I don't know.
There's
no no-brainers in this business.
Right, absolutely not. The roof I read is expected to be open. And then another one I bet, which is it's an early game.
The roof.
The roof at Chase Field.
Yeah, they're going to have it open?
Yeah,
okay.
Of course, I check that every
that makes
series.
a big difference.
Yeah,
you know
sometimes,
that.
And I bet Detroit. It's tough because
I'm surprised at that.
Well, Severino against Zimmerman. Zimmerman's a tough, gritty guy.
Yeah, I know. But
he's because you think the Yankees lineup is.
Well, no, tough, gritty guys need guys behind them in the lineup that can get some base hits. And Detroit's just what's up with that team? A little bit in the funk, but I'm staying off of that. But I'm a little surprised you're on that side.
I'm not going to give it as a pick here, but I did bet it. And
I hope I didn't talk you out of that, Pistol Pete.
No. It was just a bet that I made, and I knew that I was.
Now you're a Yankees fan in heart.
No, I'm no fan. I'm no fan of no sports team. I'm a fan of the teams that I bet.
All right, well then I was misled when I first met you. I thought you were a Yankees fan, so we'll skip that segment.
I was a Mets fan when I was 8 years old, and then when I I grew up.
The Yankees, are they going to grab onto this momentum?
Texeira,
so. Mark Texeira is having a great year.
I think probably not, but who knows?
Shoot, Rodriguez is liable to hit a couple home runs today.
The question is, will age catch up with them or not?
What's the line at?
It's a low line. The best line is -116 at the Greek,
and that's favoring Detroit.
Yeah, favoring Detroit at home.
Okay.
It's just.
Hey, why don't you pull the pit?
No.
Okay, I was going to throw something out there. I was going to take the other side so we could have our first official major league.
I wouldn't mind. And then another thing we have to
Who's
ask,
on the mound for the Yanks?
Severino, who's got live arm. A little bit of an inconsistent rookie arm. Live arm though, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about this is always everyone who handicaps baseball day to day. Philly at the Mets, right? Now the Mets have a massive edge here, but if you want them, you're taking
-225 or something.
Well, right now the best line is -235, and that's just at Pinnacle.
A run line will be probably -120.
Yeah, the run line is minus money as well. Well, it's -110 market wide, -115. But DeGrom, he did have some velocity issues. in spring, although he had a good spring. Just the Mets have such a huge edge in the lineup, and I mean, if DeGrom is okay, they have a huge edge pitching it as well. What would you recommend to people thinking about taking the Mets, pulling the trigger on a massive favorite line like that?
I would absolutely say run line. Your risk is down. All right, you got a Phillies team that's rebuilding totally. Ryan Howard, he's just overpaid veteran.
Yeah.
But I think the Mets, and they're at home, right?
Yeah.
You got to go with it. This team's getting ready to explode.
Is that one of your picks?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
On the
Okay,
run
let's
line.
hear
But
I
I saw it at 115. Now you just you shopped it down to 110 for me.
Well, we're going to give you 109.
109.
How about
Well,
that?
see, that's what I like. Hey, that penny makes a difference, Pistol Pete.
Oh, absolutely. Long term.
But no, I love it. I just think it's the day that the Mets are really going to dominate and show what they are, and the Phillies, they're going to show that they're a rebuilding team. They're going to get beat up early as well. This thing's going to get out of hand. So I'm all over the Mets, comfortably laying it on the run line. Just take it like it's a money line. Trust me, they're going to win by more than 2 runs. So.
And then there's another game that I bet that I'm not going to give now just because the line has moved too much. I took Cincinnati as a home dog on the overnight line. I got them at plus 154. Now it's down to 138 to 140 market wide. So I got a good bet, but at 138, 140, I'm not going to give it.
And
do you have another pick?
I have one other.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, Colorado is at home against the Padres.
Yes.
All right, Lyles is up against Ray.
Padres scored 0 runs in 3 games so far.
I know. And I'm not jumping on because of that. I just think that gets in the psyche of the heads early. And I think Colorado there's a great story with the shortstop going for his home run in 3 straight. So it brings a lot of mix. There's a lot of energy, and it pumps the team up.
Yes.
Something like that, Pete, it affects the whole team. So
Absolutely.
I'm all over it, baby. Colorado, but there was no line when I was looking. What was
Colorado on the money line.
Yes, money line.
Money line. Best line will be minus 123 at the Greek.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm taking,
And Bet Online.
123.
Greek and Bet Online have
My line shopper. But no, I just think the energy is so big. It's a big story, and his name's Trevor Story, but it's a huge story, and the whole team will get pumped up for it. And the Padres, they just can't. They got Matt Kemp now. They acquired Kemp and also that other slugger. Oh, damn. I don't have his name at the top of my head, but they're definitely underproducing.
So you think that their lineup issues were not just because fluke playing at home?
No, not at all. Not at all.
All right. As with every baseball card, we could talk in depth about every game. We got Archer going at Baltimore. Interesting situation there. We got the rainout. Joe Kelly, he had a strong spring. How's he going to do against Toronto? You think he's going to get lit up, or you think he's going to have a strong?
I think he's going to get lit up, but
Probably.
that's
but
one
it's a massive line. All right.
How many picks do you got total?
I think I might just go with 2. I think I might just go with the
review
Atlanta.
yours, and then I'll review mine.
Okay, I'm going to be on the Atlanta under 7 plus 109, and I'm with Mike Brenner on Houston. Best line minus 127 market wide.
All right, fantastic. I'm going with the Angels tonight, and Pete got me a line minus 127, right?
Yep.
On the money line. I'm going with Houston on minus 128.
Minus 127.
127 on the money line. All right. Colorado, it's on the money line minus 123.
Yep.
And the New York Mets on the run line minus 109.
There you go.
That's
all
4
right.
solid plays. I'm feeling it, Pistol Pete.
We could do a 3-hour MLB show every day. But I guess let's cut it short right now. Mike Brenner, nice show. We'll be back very soon.
And you know what, Pete? Before we do cut, we're going to take the bookies' money during baseball. This is when I make some money, some big money.
Well, especially if you line shop, because if you look around line shopping, the odds market wide can be very close to pick 'em.
Absolutely.
If you're funded at all these books,
I got
these are all major books. I'm not quoting like mine or Mickey Mouse books.
And I respect that, and our viewers need to know that as well. But I've also done some projections for the weekend, so tune in because we're going to have a show tomorrow. I got 2 big plays that are not missing tomorrow. Baby, you're going to love it.
Okay.
Have a great day, Pete.